Anna, and I am here to give you the tea on wellness and how I've been doing in my wellness journey. This is the time a lot of us, especially around this time of the year, a lot of us are refocusing and trying to basically get ourselves together, right? Get ourselves together. The main thing, of course, people want to lose weight. And one thing I've noticed and what I've learned over the years is that you don't just want to lose weight. You want to feel great, right? You want to be able to focus and concentrate. Um, you want to be efficient in your wellness and things like that. And of course, weight loss um, is basically the side effect of that. So I would suggest that you guys kind of reroute your mind and not just to uh, start a healthy regimen just for weight loss. That's not what we want to do. We want to do it to feel better, and then weight loss is going to be the side effect. Okay, so guys, get these likes up. Please help me get at least 20 likes. I'm not trying to be greedy, but if I can get 20 likes, that would tell me that you guys like this segment of What's the Tea today. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys, my focus and my love is really wellness. And so I had to turn this channel to gossip, only because that's just where it's at. But that's not really my focus. That's not why I originally made this channel, which was originally, I think it was I Love Beauty or whatever. This channel's been open for about 10, I don't know. I want to say about good 8 years. And so we have became a mukbang channel or eating channel. That didn't work out because I don't eat food like that. That gets views. And I used to do hair. I used to do that. And but this is really my focus. It's going to stay a gossip channel because it's easy. People love it. But when I make these type of videos, it's going to be always about wellness. I had to really pray and get myself together because I thought everything was lost. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm learning all this stuff. And, when you're not doing your purpose, you don't feel good mentally. You just don't. Because it's like, we're all here for a purpose. We're all here to do something, right? We're here to do something awesome within God's realm, right? And when you're not doing it, you don't feel good. So my husband's been basically encouraging me to do YouTube for a long time. I'm from Facebook. Okay, Facebook spoils you, but Facebook's not my judge anymore either. It's changed over there. So this is kind of going to be like my diary, my journal, my gift to you guys and to myself. And yeah, we're going to see how it goes. So yes, I've lost 15 pounds. With all that being said, let's get into the tea, right? The tea is this. I lost 15 pounds in a matter of 5 weeks. And I'm being modest. It was actually more. So this is I'm gonna give you guys the long version because this is YouTube. I don't have to give you the short version. This is a I don't care. And if you love it, you love it. If you don't, okay. It doesn't matter. So the long version is I was doing something bad. I was eating incorrectly time-wise, okay? And I have some notes because I'm in my 40s. And guess what? I need notes to keep focus, okay? So let me do that. Guys, make sure you like this video. I'm trying to get, I think I said I'm trying to get 20 likes because I don't want to be greedy. 20 likes because I'm a small, look, we're a beginner channel. I'm not going to say we're small because you got to watch the words that you say out of your mouth, okay? All right. So I was doing this. I was eating at 12, 1, and 11 p.m. at night. Okay, so 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? Why? Because I was, working. I used to be a caregiver. and caregivers doesn't really have a good schedule for taking care of self. So I was usually the last person to eat. Like I was giving everybody else what they needed, but I didn't get what I need. Anyway, long story short, I haven't been a caregiver in over a year and a half. God was like, look, you don't have to eat like that. That's when grace was following me. When they say mercy and grace shall follow us all the days of our lives, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I don't know the verse, but I've heard that. It's true. I had grace for 4 years. I was able to eat very late and still maintain my weight and my energy. For my loved one, of course, not for myself. But after I stopped, after, my loved one graduated, if you will, I still was doing those bad habits. And God and the Holy Spirit was talking to me and saying, look, you don't have to keep eating late like this. You have to stop. You have to stop. I was not listening. So then some wellness problems had to happen, because that's how it is. That still small voice talks to you. You don't listen. Then it becomes a little bit more of a roar. You don't listen. Then it becomes a part of your wellness. Then maybe you'll listen. Okay? I couldn't do anything. I couldn't focus. I couldn't make videos. The weight was piling on. And when I say weight, just like I haven't lost 15 pounds before in 1 year, I haven't gained 15, 20 pounds in 1 year either. And that was the problem. Why? Because I deal with high blood pressure. I deal with diabetes, type 2. I deal with all of those type of issues. I deal with monthly issues, with my cycles. So weight gain does not do well with me. Okay? It just doesn't. Okay? So I had to change my way of life quickly. So just like you're watching me, I watch other people. Okay? I came across this doctor online and things like that. I don't want to give everything away on this one video because I want y'all guys to listen to me. Keeping it 100. Y'all got to earn more information. I'm not just on here to give. I'm also on here to be successful as well, because I do listen to this lady. I will give her name up. Tiffany. Her name is Tiffany Montgomery. And she said, you know what? One thing you cannot do is, basically, the Lord wants us to be successful. So there's nothing wrong with me saying, okay, I want to, wait to give you guys all the tea. There's nothing wrong with being successful, because if you're not successful, you can't give. You can't work in his kingdom. If you're broke, if you don't have money, if you're not well, then you can't help others. Okay? Miss Tiffany Montgomery. You guys look her up. Okay. So I came across some information. I started fasting. My first initial fast was, I'm not going to eat after 10 p.m. And that helped, and that worked. Okay, I'm just telling you, it was steps to this. I didn't just get to this place overnight, okay? Mind you, I have been in the holistic lifestyle for 20 years. 20 years, meaning I just been doing this off and on for 20 years, being serious, being focused on it. And it's been working. But I've noticed that I've had to turn up the heat. I mean, I've had to turn up the gauge a little bit as I'm getting older. As my body is changing, I've had to turn up the gauge and not fall off. Sometimes I do it until I feel better, and then I fall off. I can't do that anymore because I'm of a particular age. And I've been through some things. I hate to say that, as you go through life, you get a little bit, you go through some things. And so God can heal you from all that, but it is what it is. We'll never be 14 again. We'll never be 25 anymore. We're just going to focus on getting older and aging in grace. That's how this works. So I said, okay, I'm not going to, eat after 10. And then I did more research and things of that manner. Thank you guys for the likes. I'm going to do more research. And then I found out, okay, you're not supposed to eat after 7. And I've heard that for years. I was raised that way. My grandparents, we did not eat after 7 o'clock. We ate dinner by 6, done by 7. And I didn't eat any more until maybe 12 o'clock the next day. Did that all of my high school life. That's what I did. And then when I went off on my own and got married and things like that, we didn't do that anymore because we just didn't. So yeah, teach your, train your children the way they should go. So even when they do stray, and they will stray, they don't stray far. They come back home and they do what you taught them. And that's for good stuff, not for bad, okay? All right. So I'm coming back at that at 40 something years old, and it's been working, okay? So when I started doing the fasting, I stopped at 7. The first night I stopped at 7. First and foremost, I noticed a few things, okay? I noticed that my glucose was much lower. It had gone down by maybe 50 points. I kid you not. So if you are struggling with your glucose right now, and I'm talking to people who may be trying to do it naturally, meaning you're taking like herbs, like herbal things like cinnamon or berberine and things like that. You're doing it naturally. I'm talking to you guys, okay? And then also if you're on medication, because you may not want to be on medication for the rest of your life. Okay? Who wants to be on medication for the rest of their life? The goal is to really get off of it and start having your body work again so you'll become healthy, right? That's basically how it should be. Okay, so my glucose levels in the morning, okay, because as a diabetic, your glucose usually is a little higher in the morning because your cortisol is higher in the morning. So I was getting 50% decrease in my sugar, and I was like, wow. Once I saw that, I was hooked. I got on the scale. The scale was also lighter by a pound. And I was just losing a pound every day. Sometimes I would lose 2 pounds sometimes. Losing a pound. I kid you not. I don't know where it was coming from. I don't know where the fat was where it was going. Because, your first few pounds, you may not see it. Other people may not see it. But the scale does not lie. It knows you've lost some weight. You know where I figure a lot of the weight was coming from? I was burning fat. Fat groups around our organs. I think they call that, is it visceral fat? I don't know. Guys, look that up. Let me know. It's visceral fat. I don't know. That is the worst fat. That is the fat that gets around our organs, our liver, and things like that. And I feel like this saved me from problems that could have arisen later on in my life. Okay? High blood pressure. And the way I know this is because I keep track of my blood pressure. I keep track of my glucose. Okay. I keep track of all of those things. And so even when it was high, I never said, you know what, I don't want to know the numbers. I kept it up. And so when I started fasting, all of those numbers started to decrease. And so when you see immediate gratification within 24 hours, I guarantee you will. I don't know what that gratification will be, but you will see a difference within your body, within your numbers. Okay, guys? Within 24 to 48 hours. And once you see that, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to stick to it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. So I do 15-hour fast. I stop at 7, and I start eating again around 11 a.m. the next day. That's what I do. Okay? That's what I do. My husband is on that schedule as well. Okay? We're both on that schedule. And it's been working for the both of us. He's steadily coming down. I'm steadily coming down. We have a long way to go. But 15 pounds is a lot of weight. That's a dress size. If you try to pick up 15 pounds, it will be very heavy for you, right? Another thing I came across, and this is recently, guys. Okay? Chicken. Somebody. Chicken. Years ago, back in 2003, I had stopped red meat, and I thought I was doing something great. I told my grandmother this, And she was like, what are you going to do? Like, okay, so you don't eat red meat anymore. What are you going to do as far as your cycles? You're going to, you're going to have heavy cycles. What are you going to do for your iron? And I was like, it's fine. She was right. What did I do? I depleted my system severely of iron because I put down red meat for years. I would not suggest that. But what I would suggest is that you stop eating chicken. And that's my opinion, but look it up. There's information out there. Stop eating chicken. I started eating a whole bunch of chicken because I put down meat. I mean, basically, if you close one route, you're going to go down another route, right? Just because a road is closed doesn't mean you don't need to get to work, right? And you're going to find another way to get to work. Well, that's basically what you do in everything. If you're not eating one meat, guys, make sure you thumbs up this video. I'm trying to get to 20 likes. I can get to 20 likes. Yes, I can. Okay? Hit this like button. Please, that helps us out. Okay? Because this information needs to get out to people. It really does. It's not a lot of it out there. And I feel like this is my little lane. And I fit in nice and snug. So please make sure you hit those like buttons. It's free. Alright? So that's what I did. I had put down red meat. I had put down pork. And I started to eat chicken very heavily. Chicken was literally my main protein source. I would eat it at every meal, every day. Years later, as in like just recently, I learned that chicken is highly inflammatory. I came across some information about fibroids and things like that. And all the information says put down dairy, put down red meat. But none of it says put down chicken, and it's not going to. Just keep it 100. It's not going to. And I know that this information is probably going to go on ears that may not even want to accept it. But there's probably one person, because that's all I'm required to talk to, is one person. And get to one person to see what I am saying and what chicken is doing to our bodies, okay? Chicken is inflammatory. It is inflammatory. It doesn't go with all of our blood types. And that's another thing, guys, I want to share with you guys about blood type. Eating for your type. That's a whole book that you can actually get. Download it to your Kindle. It's called Eating for Your Type. Dr. What is his name? Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this book for you guys. Okay. So it's this. Look, it ain't me. Oh, it's just not doing it. It's just not doing it. I was like, girl, how many times you gonna try? I'm gonna get this right. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna get it right. Eating for Your Blood Type, or Eating for Your Type, by Dr. Peter Donmo. If you go to my Amazon site, it'll be right there. Okay? Go to my Amazon site, it'll be there. You can get it right there, real quick. And it's in the description, okay? So, eating for your blood type, you will see that the meats or the protein that each blood type needs. You know, of course, you have to get the blood test of that, and you can take it right at home. It'll be right on my site. It's right in my Amazon site. The blood test that you can take right at home. Very affordable, guys. I think it's under $10. It's really affordable to find out what your blood type is, okay? Once you find what your blood type is, okay, keep it to yourself. Don't tell everybody what your blood type is. It's like it's like your social security number, in my opinion. Don't tell people what your blood type is. Your blood type is for you to know and for you to know only. But once you find that out, you start to put your eating regimens around that, and you're gonna see a huge difference. So I have not had chicken and going on for 2 weeks, and not gonna say it's been easy, but I've seen a difference, a good difference. Okay, less inflammation, weight has fallen off. Guys, do your own research. So I don't like telling people like don't do this, don't do that. I'm not comfortable. Um yes, you can do that at home. See, I've taught somebody. Look at God. That makes me feel good. I'm like, I feel like, yes, someone's listening. Yeah. Go to my Amazon site, guys, and you can actually get the test that I used from there. Okay? Um but yeah, once you learn that, it's your business, and you go and you um eat according to that. All right? So, like I said, I stopped chicken not because of my blood type, but because of the information that you're hearing now, that it causes inflammation. And ladies, if you're going, you know how you know you're inflamed? If you have heavy cycles, if you have any type of disease, you're inflamed. Okay? If you have any type of disorder, you're inflamed. And you don't want to put things in your body that is going to um affect that, if you will. To when I say affect it, that's not the correct word. You don't want it to exacerbate it. Yeah, that's a word. You don't want to make it worse. You don't want to feed that issue negatively. You want to get rid of it. And so one way that I know that I have improved is my glucose levels are like I don't have diabetes. And I have only lost 15 pounds. I'm still overweight. I'm still considered overweight. I'm over 200 pounds. They think, you know, but I have improved my numbers internally, my blood pressure, my heart rate. I have a heart rate of 70, 75. For some people, that might be still high, but for me, my heart rate was 85 and 90 lying down. Well, Miss Lily, to be honest, chicken is one of several meats. So it's not like I said I'm vegan, you know? And I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. She said, so what meats do you eat since you don't eat chicken? You act like I said I don't eat no meat. It's like other meats out there that you can eat. There's so many more. Yeah, we got to get off the chicken bandwagon, if you will. We have to, because it is literally, unfortunately, it is making our lives not well. Okay? And I didn't know that because I'm a chicken fan. Why? Well, you can eat chicken in every way. you know? What is your fasting heart rate? I'm sorry, it's not fasting. What is your heart rate? If you don't mind me asking. But yeah, my heart rate is now in the 70s. You know what I mean? Which is awesome for me, because I've always had a high heart rate. But I'm not going to lie, it's because I'm not eating sugar too. Okay? Now, chicken has a lot of sugar in it. They're not going to tell you this, but it does. First and foremost, what is the feed that they feed chicken? Corn. Oh, okay. Well, I was joking with you. I eat red meat, but I eat a little bit of red meat. I'm sorry, grass-fed red meat when I can get it, when I can afford it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say all the red meat I eat is grass-fed, but I try. And that's the one thing about when you understand why God gives you information. He knows that we're not necessarily going to follow it 100%. Nobody's perfect. But he'll also give you grace. Grace and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. So if you just try, you have to have faith of a mustard seed, right? That's all you need. And God will do the rest. Okay? I meant resting heart rate. It's in the 80s too, sometimes low 90s. Exactly. So you know what? One thing, because I'm in this lifestyle, I can tell you what you're eating. You just told me you're eating a lot of chicken, which is a lot of inflammation, a lot of sugar because of the corn and because of all the bad things that they do to chickens. Okay, unfortunately, and you're probably eating carbs. So you're eating chicken, and then you're probably eating carbs, and boom, that's how you get the 80 and 90s. Okay, your heart rate, if you're lying down, and you probably don't even know you're lying down heart rate because you don't have a watch. I don't, I'm a nurse too, so I know how to take my heart rate just by pulsing it, looking at the clock. If you don't have a watch right now, if you have a clock next to you, you're going to put your hands here, or you can put your two fingers here, or put your two fingers here, and look at your clock. Let it go around for 30 seconds. So if at 30 seconds you're 42 count, it's 84. That's your beats per minute would be 84. Okay? And so you can take your own pulse, but it's easier to go ahead and get the watch, which is on my site, guys. Everything I talk about is on my site. I make it very easy for you. And get that watch and start to track your heart rate. Once you know, then you can do something about it. Okay? If you walk around ignorant, which back in the day they used to say high blood pressure was the silent disease, right? Or silent killer. It's not silent anymore. It doesn't have to be silent. There's so many things out here that we can do, okay, to stay aware of our wellness between going to your doctors, okay? Because you shouldn't just know your blood pressure when you go to your yearly exam. I know my blood pressure every day, okay? Okay, I know it every day. I take it several times a day, and that's what saved my life. Just being aware of my glucose and being aware of my A1C and being aware of those things, so I'm not just counting on that appointment to tell me. All right. Right. So, yes, cut down your chicken. Okay. I'm a radical, so I just cut it out completely. Went through all the withdrawals. I was in here like this and scratching. And so, what the heck did they put in that stuff? My husband and I were going through withdrawals. He would wake up in the middle of the night eating cashews. We were going through it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. So if you don't want to go through that, gradually do it. If you want to just go through the withdrawals real quick, go ahead, stop it, and see how your body feels within 3 days. And once you realize how you feel in 3 days after cutting out that particular meat, guys, and I know everyone's not going to do it. Everyone's not going to do it because everyone's not able to do it. I'm talking to those people who can do it, okay? And you have other options. So I don't eat pork. I no longer eat chicken. And so me doing this fasting thing, you would think that you would be hungry all of the time. No. No. In fact, you run with another problem, which is not being hungry at all, which is another problem. This is stuff they don't tell you. This is coming from a person who's living this way and things like that, right? I'm giving you the tea on how it is when you fast and when you change your way of living and you change your whole dynamic of your diet, right? Because I'm going to tell you, once you start losing that weight, you're going to become addicted to it. You're like, oh my, I'm going to do 15 hours. I'm going to try to do 17-hour fast. No. Okay, you have to read this book, and I'm reading as we speak. I'm reading this book by Dr. Mindy. I think her name is Mindy Perez or whatever. She's on YouTube. And she has this wonderful book called Fast Like a Girl. Okay, so fasting for women is different than fasting for men. Men, to make it really, really easy, men basically have hormones, like their testosterone feeds them every 15 minutes. Something, that's what she said. She said they always have a good feel, a good, supply of their testosterone. But women were different. We are on a 28-day cycle. So basically, what she's saying is that for us to fast well, we have to do this. And I'm giving you a little bit of a snippet of this book. So from your first day on to day 10, you can do high fast. Like I'm like at the beginning of my cycle. So I can, when I say cycle, I mean I've done my menstrual cycle, like whatever, and now I'm on to during your ovulation. I'm trucking along at 42. Thank you, God. And so in the beginning of your cycle, you can basically go longer hours without eating. You're more focused. That's why I'm doing this video, because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. How are you? I can talk. My sugars are very, very low, but I can still function because my estrogen levels are a little higher right now. You feel good. You feel like, oh, you're just in a great mood at that time, because your estrogen, and estrogen loves low sugar. Estrogen hates high sugar. So if you are in the beginning of your cycle and you're eating all crazy, if you notice, like, right before your cycle, you want all of these carbs. Well, that's because we're in a different part of our cycle, and you still have to tell your body, look, you don't rule me, I rule you. So you're not going to get fried chicken. You're not going to get pastries. You're not going to get chips. I had to tell my body that, like, I'm no longer feeding you that just because it's a week before my cycle. We're going to eat more vegetables. We're going to eat sweet potatoes. I'm of that age now, 42. So I need sweet potatoes in my life. I couldn't stand sweet potatoes unless it was in a pie, and even then, I'm just not like that. I cut sugar out of my diet as a source of energy in 2006. I just said no sugar, and I went years without that. But I tanked my adrenal glands. That's another day, another dollar. Guys, get me off of that 6. I don't like the number 6 because 6 is incomplete. Okay, let's get another like to make me 7. Yes, 7. We getting to 20 likes. Yeah, we're gonna get to 20 likes. Okay, so yeah, the beginning of your cycle, you love to have a low carb. In the middle of your cycle, you increase your carbs a little bit. And when I say carbs, your good carbs, your potatoes, your squashes, your tomatoes if you can eat them. Just basically your low glycemic carbs. And then towards the end, you may have to increase it a little more. And that's how you fast. And then you fast less hours. So instead of doing 17-hour fast, you don't go over, she said 15 hours or something like that. Don't go over 15-hour fast. And that's how it is. You just have to kind of like fast in cycles, if you will, instead of doing one good fast for 30 days. It doesn't work that way. You will tank your hormones. That's why some people will fast and fast and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm losing weight, I get more energy, and then their cycle doesn't come. Oh yeah. You ever heard of like gymnasts? They don't get their cycles. They don't get their periods until they stop training. And it's a reason, because they train so hard. They don't eat a lot of food and things like that to feed estrogen and to feed their hormones. They don't get their cycles until they stop gymnastics. Well, we go through that. I just started fasting, and this month my period was late by 3 days, and I was like, oh my gosh, because my period's never late. It's never late, and so it came 3 days later, but it was a little. The only thing that gave me solitude on that was that, well, girl, you did a lot of changes. You stopped chicken. You started fasting. You lost 15 pounds. So your body is kind of like in a like, what the heck is going on situation. Keep liking the video, guys. All right. So, and if you want more information or more support on this, guys, make sure you email me. All of the information is in the description, or you can join myholisticcounselor.com. So, yeah. So, I started fasting. Great. Weight came off. I lost about 10, 12 pounds before that. And then after I stopped chicken, more weight started coming off. And so now I am down to 212. I have not been 212 in a while. Okay. What's my goal? 175. 175. Okay. So these are the things that I use to help me to stay focused. I use a fasting app that I basically, it tracks my fasting, um, helps me stay focused, helps me stay dedicated. I drink water all day. Well, I always drink water, but now I'm drinking water with a purpose. When you're doing things with a purpose, it's different than just doing them because you saw somebody do it, or doing them because, you just, it's a fad. When you put purpose to whatever you're doing, you're going to stick to it no matter what. Okay? Now, back to the fasting, like I said, one thing you're going to find is that you don't have an appetite. An appetite, which is not good, because you need to still get your nutrition in your eating windows. Or that's basically what I'm doing too, intermittent fasting. That's what the regular folks call it, intermittent fasting, where you have a span of time where you're not eating, and you have a short eating window. But within that short eating window is not what a lot of these mukbangers do, which eat all of this food and all of these calories. You eat healthy during that eating window, you exercise, and you increase your water so you can burn more fat. And burning more fat is not just burning the fat on the outside, it's also burning the fat internally too. Because remember, you have fat that is surrounding your organs and things like that, especially if you are a diabetic, if you have high blood pressure, if you have any kind of wellness condition, 9 times out of 10, you're having fat around your organs, which is not good. Okay, so you have that abdomen fat, that midsection fat, that you can see, which is a saving grace for you, because at least you know something is going on and you can do something about it. Some people are very thin and they're eating bad food and they have fat around their organs, and that's why some people who are thin, they can have a heart attack or a stroke as well, because they did not see the fat. Case in point, there was this actor, he played Dylan on 90210. I think his name, I want to say Luke Perry, I think that was his name. And he passed away from a heart attack, and I think he was pretty thin, but he probably had internal issues going on. Okay, so that's another thing that fasting does, and eating better, for your type, for your body. It's going to help you get rid of some internal fat that may be going on. Okay, and that's research that you can do for yourself. It's been proven. I'm just the messenger, but you can always do your own research. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, please. Okay. And so, yeah, drink your water when you're feeling hungry. Drink your water. Okay, 9 times out of 10, hunger and thirst or dehydration, they kind of feel the same. Okay, like I'm doing these videos today and I feel very dehydrated, because when you talk, you do expel water. One thing I do, okay, is I put fruit in my water. So I'll put blueberries in my water. I'll put lemon, lime in my water. I also put a tea bag in my water as well. So I don't just drink regular water. I do drink other things. Like in my water today, I have some peppermint tea, because I'm still in the stage of redoing my digestive system and my microbiome, which that's another day another dollar. I don't want to mix too much in this video because I can be kind of long-winded. It is what it is. I love doing this, and I love doing this because I'm doing this regardless of anyone talking, which is something I was not able to do. Um, but yeah. So if you have any questions, guys, I am open to answering questions. Make sure if you want to see this video in this replay, you can see it in the videos, I think in the live section. Um, Make sure you check out our community board. It's not health over there. It's all celebrity and things like that. My videos that I'm going to place up now it's going to be about different musicians we loved back in the day, old school. I have 3 videos up there right now. I have In Vogue. I have I don't have. I have Salt and Pepper. And I also have Total up there as well. So guys, please support those videos as well. It keeps me going. My live content, of course, is going to be wellness. That's what I do. That's what I love. I could not put this part of my channel down because I've come too far. Okay, I have to get myself together. My blood sugar was so high the other day, the machine did not give me a number. You know what? I have a testimony on that, Miss Lady. I'm just gonna call you Miss Lady. Um, Back in 2003, I took my sugar on a monitor. This was right after I had some soda. I'm not gonna say what type of soda, but it was soda. Okay. And guess what? My videos are not done until they're done. I will end the video 4 or 5 times and I'll still talk. Okay, but I have to kind of give my testimony since she gave that. So yeah, after I had some soda, I took my sugar and it said high, HI. It didn't even read. So more than likely, most monitors don't go above 500 or such. So your sugar is probably pretty high. I myself, I'm not going to tell you what I basically I dealt with it naturally, um, which was a blessing for me. I'm not saying for you to do that, but I did it naturally. But I basically did what they would call now a keto diet. Back then, it was called the Atkins diet, the low carb diet. Now it's called keto, But that's what I did, and within 3-4 months, I was hypoglycemic. I actually took my sugar and it was 72. Yeah. But I was 20 something years old, okay? I think, 20 years ago, I was 20 something years old. So I say that to say that your body heals different. Now I'm going to tell you, there's a secret to this, guys, that I just learned. The reason why that happened, okay? The reason why that happened is because fasting, because look, in my opinion, your body operates like you're fasting when you're doing a low carb. That's just me. This is a secret. This is actually what the Lord is telling me, what the Spirit is telling me, Holy Spirit. Your body kind of operates like it's fasting when you're doing a low carb diet. Okay? Because protein, our bodies love protein. Protein is easily digestible. Boom, boom, boom. And so that's why I was able to do it. I didn't have insulin. I didn't know anything about cinnamon back then. I didn't know anything about berberine. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I don't know if you know that. Did you catch that, Miss Lady? Okay. I didn't know anything about that. I literally just brought all of this down, my sugar down, with just doing a high protein diet and some green, vegetables. That's what I did. Before that, I was married, and then I did it before I was married. I had gotten food poisoning 2 years back to back. One time was with my husband. That's why to this day I know he was meant for me, because I literally threw up on his shoes. Honey, I threw up on his, what they call back in the day, Stacy Adams, okay? I threw all up over him and he's still here. I was very ill. But those times I actually healed myself I didn't eat for 7 days. I'm not telling anybody to do that. Nor am I telling myself to do that. I would not do that now at 42. I was like a teen, like 20 years old. And I'm gonna tell you, I was able to do that because the way I am built to basically work under very, very bad circumstances. You learn about yourself when you're doing this holistic regimen. So everyone's not gonna be able to go 7 days without food. I couldn't. I did water, but I didn't do food, and I literally healed my gut. So how can I merge this? Told me the same story that I went through 20 years ago to kind of merge what I'm trying to say. Go in your kitchen and treat your food as if it's medicine. That's the best thing I can tell you. Go in your kitchen and treat your food like it's medicine. I just told you what to do. So if you're a person who you got high numbers in your numbers, please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you like this video. Go in your kitchen and revamp it. Do it for 3 weeks. Okay? Because these diets are not for long term. This is like the equivalency as your doctor giving you a pill. Only they don't tell you, oh, this is only for a certain amount of time. But your liver will tell you that, and your kidneys will tell you that, and your whole system will. We're not meant to have medication going through our systems forever. Eventually, you want your body to be able to heal. It's not going to be able to heal if you're just depending on certain pills and certain things like that. Do it for 3 weeks. Keep up with your sugar and see how your sugar reacts. I guarantee your sugar is going to go lower if you do a keto regimen. But you can't live that way forever. You use it as a medicinal thing, meaning a pill for an emergency. Right? Right. Okay? She says she's sick of pills and injections. Yes. Yes. I was blessed. I didn't have to go on insulin. Because a lot of us, we become insulin resistant. You still have insulin. Your pancreas is still working. It's just not able to work to its optimal situation. Make sure you like this video, okay? Try it for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay, and see how you feel. Okay? I don't know you. I don't know your age. I don't know your situation. But I know that eating a keto regimen will decrease your sugar. It will help you become more insulin sensitive. Okay? Because insulin resistance is just basically your body's not using your insulin correctly. Okay? Insulin sensitivity means that your own insulin is working. I had, oh, thank you. You've already, I'm thankful for you because you allowed me to say this, because that story is going to help someone else. Okay? But yeah, I'm so insulin sensitive now. My sugar is like in the 70s and 80s. So I had to actually eat some bread yesterday because I had cut out bread, honey. I cut out everything. I'm not lying to you. But I have a situation where I'm still a diabetic, if you will, because my sugar actually will tank, and then I can't do anything. So I need a balance, like everyone else does. But my balance may not be like your balance. Your balance is different than mine. But honey, if your sugar's real high, do a keto regimen, or what I would call a low carb regimen, for 3 weeks and see how that goes. Thank me later. I'm long-winded, guys. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Have more questions under the videos, guys, when it becomes in replay form. You can actually ask questions. I'll come in there and I'll answer them, and I'll be back. If you guys like this, get me to 20 likes. 20 likes will help me. Even 10. 10 will actually help me. I'm not trying to be greedy. Shoot, I got 7, so I'm very thankful. I'm going to do it anyway because this is my ministry. This is my ministry. And so we're going to do that, okay? And we're going to talk about some other things that I know I couldn't do everything in this video. I can't. I have to save some room for later. Thank you to my commenters. Thank you to my likers. Thank you to my watchers. I appreciate you guys.